Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Wednesday, January 30th, 2019. Alright, so today we have the moon in deep Scorpio, as was the case the later part of yesterday. So themes likely still today around self-empowerment, really good time of facing fears, breaking patterns, diving deep with life, and all of this leading to a bit of that empowerment and transformation. So with this, Mercury is easing up off of a conjunction with the Sun from yesterday. So great day for implementing any maybe insights or things that we got some clarity about over the past couple days, maybe even some ideas great for implementing today. And as we approach the weekend, Saturn is going to be sextiling up to Neptune, a very important collective transit, kicking off the year of just this opening here to build towards some of our dreams and ideals. Excellent time now going into the weekend to take that slow and steady approach to maybe some of these things that we've been idealistic about or dreaming about with this. Also, Venus is going over the galactic center going into the weekend, so maybe some transformations with our values and our relationships. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this Wednesday. Again, we are using what's called true sidereal astrology, which is using the actual constellations in the sky. This is very different from mainstream astrology. So if you are new to the channel, and especially if you do notice some of the signs are different, be sure to check out that link down below for more information. All right, so the moon in Scorpio shifting into Ophiuchus as we get into the later part of the day. This is the part of the sky which is essentially about empowerment and transformation. So maybe noticing some themes today that it can be a great day for maybe facing some fears, breaking some patterns, just becoming more aware of some of these internal patterns, or even things that we're in bondage to that we can break free from. So obviously fear is like an example of an internal bondage that gets us caught up into certain patterns and cycles and choices, but by becoming aware of them, it helps us break those. So this could be, of course, internal because we are talking about the moon in a water sign here, but of course, external things as well. Self-empowerment, setting boundaries, and then also getting vulnerable with those that we do want to get vulnerable with in our lives. So that's the moon placement. Now we are starting to approach the very ending phase of this lunar cycle. So we will notice, if we haven't already, the energies are starting to die down a bit, and we're approaching a good time of just doing a bit of a reset as we approach the next new moon. All right, so in terms of the aspects here today, we've got kind of a cusp day with the aspects. Mercury and the Sun are going to be easing up off of that conjunction. So if there were any things over the past day or two that you maybe had some ideas about or gained some clarity about or some insights, a really good day for implementing them. You know, after the aspect, it's always good for that integration. And so in this case, with anything that involved that. So really good for this. Again, the conjunction was in Capricorn. So the context is how things can take time. And again, furthering develop that patient and disciplined side of ourselves with that. All right, and then going into tomorrow, we have Saturn sextiling Neptune, which although sextiles are a minor aspect, this is involving two very slow-moving planets, which does place an emphasis on it collectively for everybody. Quite important. So this is the first one of the year. It's really kicking off the year in terms of this particular energy. And with this, it's an opening to take the slow and steady, again, disciplined approach, which is Saturn, towards Neptunian matters. So this could be towards our dreams, any ideals we've had. It's also really good for grounding spiritual activities or doing things that are spiritual, that require discipline, or even psychology, right? But whatever it is, it's this constructive flow that we have, essentially, where we are willing, to a degree, to take things slowly and steadily and do our best to surrender what's outside of our control and develop further faith and trust along the life journey in terms of what we're building. if we're building any structures right now, or anything we're being patient with, there is this opening to have greater trust and acceptance about it. So really good energy to work with. Again, just an opening, but it is available. It's going to go exact tomorrow. But yeah, really good energy here to get into a bit of that flow state, constructive flow, take slow and steady steps, maybe towards some of these Neptunian things like dreams, or possibly Neptunian things like spirituality, psychology, creativity as well with Neptune. All right, so yep, that's the sort of important aspects of the day. I do want to talk about Venus, who is getting very close to the galactic center. She's going to be passing over the next couple days here. So usually with this, anytime a planet passes over the center of the galaxy, it's always a transformative type of event. So it is, of course, subtle. What it does is it sort of draws the energy from the planet. So we may notice a bit of energy being drawn, in a sense, going into the void, you could say, regarding what we value, regarding relationships, and possibly regarding resources. So good to be aware of this, practice maybe non-attachment to these things, but I think what's happening is it's just a natural reset. And this does happen once a year, just to put it into context. So just allowing things to go here, allowing for a reset essentially, because there is this rebirth out the other side after Venus passes, where there's this transformed values, maybe new values, new enjoyments, new perspectives on these values, new relationship perspectives, or maybe even quite literally transformations to our relationships. And then again, involving anything like resources, our self-reliance, things of this nature. All right, so we'll notice that over the next couple days, but yeah, today, sort of cusp day here, great for integrating some of this mercurial energy, some ideas, things we've been thinking about, right, implementing some of that stuff. Going into tomorrow, an opening for more of this subtle constructive flow or constructive energy towards Neptunian matters. We are approaching the ending phase of the lunar cycle, so good to allow the energies to die down a bit, do a bit of a reset as we approach the next new moon. And the moon in Scorpio today, shifting into Ophiuchus. So themes likely around self-empowerment, how we can be aware of the deeper dimensions of life and accept them, and through that, transform. All right, so everyone have a fantastic day. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for the daily forecast.